All right, so we're rolling the ball up and down the fingers. And into the palm and the pads of the pinky and the thumb and down to the wrist. And across the knuckle. And let's leave the ball in the palms, interlace the fingers, and squeeze. And release. And squeeze. Release. And squeeze. And release. And let's toss the ball up in the air. Do it in the same hand a couple of times, then move it over and go back and forth. Do it high, do it low. Try to trick yourself into dropping it. But don't if you can. Turn around. Three, two, one. Put the ball on the floor. Away from the cat. Assess how the feet are feeling. And then step on the ball right in the middle of the foot and press down 3 times. Hey, Jonathan and Suzanne. Move up to the knuckles. Press on each knuckle going across. And then roll the ball across the knuckle, pivoting on the heel. Bring the ball to the top of the heel, pivot on the toes, and roll the ball across the top of the heel. Bring the ball to just below the first knuckle and press down. Bring it back a little bit to the side of the top of the heel and press down. And then over in the middle of the 5th metatarsal, the pinky toe, and press down. Then roll down each of the bones from the knuckle to the top of the heel. And scribble it all around. Three, two, one. Release, reassess, see what differences you feel. Foot you just worked on, and then press down 3 times in the middle of the other foot. Go up to the knuckles, press down once on each. Roll across the knuckles. Bring it down to the top of the heel, pivot on the toes, and roll across the top of the heel. Press down just below the first knuckle, side of the top of the heel, middle of the 5th metatarsal. Roll down the bones. And scribble. And put the ball away, or off to the side so it's not in the way, and shake the tree. Every which way, As Satchel Paige said, dance like nobody's looking at you. 3, 2, 1, and center. Deep breath in, twist at the waist, swing the arms. And center with some ocean wave breathing. Inhaling on the way up, exhaling down. Inhale, exhale. Up on your toes as you inhale, and down on your heels as you exhale. Go on a little bit higher each time. We're at 90 degrees shoulder height. We'll do it one more time. And then come down the same way. I'm going to put the fingers and thumb at the base of the spine, step to one side at 45 degrees, and gather in starlight. Up to the throat, third eye, forehead, 3 times around the crown. And then back down, forehead, throat, heart, lower dantian, and center. Same thing the other way, fingers and thumb at the base of the spine, lower dantian, heart, throat, third eye, thrice around the crown. And center. And we're going to start by stepping out and back, out and back, out and back. I'm going to do this 8 times on each leg. And then you can walk or march or jog. And in a little bit, we're going to pick it up, or not. You can keep doing what you're doing. Keep the heart rate going. Be safe, whatever you do. I think I'm going to do some rapid squats, because today we're going to be doing the McKenzie shoulder exercises we haven't done in a while. Loosen up the shoulder. You can, if you have one bad shoulder, do each exercise on that bad shoulder 10 times. If both of them are about the same, I'm going to suggest you do it 5 times on one shoulder and then 5 on the other. There's about 5 exercises for them. And we got some yin yoga in the after class. I'm going to do rapid squats in 5. So you can run, you can do whatever you need to do to get the heart rate going, including what you're doing. 4, 3, 2, 1, 2. That's 10. and that's 20. You can only do 10, that's fine too. 27, 28, 29, 30, and take 2 breaths. Interlace the fingers, raise the hands up overhead. If you can come up on your toes, do so. Otherwise, just stay flat. Come back down, bend back if you don't have spinal issues that prevent it. And forward, bend to one side. And then the other. Come back to center, lower your hands, press out at the chest. Come on down, interlace the fingers behind the back, raise the hands up, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Come up a little higher if you can. And down. Shrug. And then put your fingers on your shoulders and rotate your elbows forward. And backwards. Form an L. And squeeze back and hold. And release, and squeeze, and release, and squeeze, and release. Extend the arms, tap the shoulders. And give yourself a big bear hug. Inhale, exhale, another bear hug with the other arm on top. Do one more with each way. Bring one arm behind the back, press down and in on the elbow. And then the other. Grab both elbows, rock side to side. Come down, extend your arm and pull back on the fingers, facing up. Facing down. Flop the wrist, wiggle the fingers, make a fist. Other hand, fingers up. Fingers down. And flop. Come on down, rotate the neck in one direction. And then the other. Nod. And go ear to shoulder. Look up. And look down. Look over one shoulder. And then the other. And let's separate the legs, lean towards one side, and stretch the inner thigh. Abductors. And then do a lunge to the other side. You need to hold on to something, a stick, chair, counter. And come on up. Let's grab a stick. Before we do the Booyah stick routine, let's put the stick behind one leg, which is forward, slide the hand down and stretch the hamstring. Keeping the spine neutral, meaning straight and not bent over. Head back. And come on up. Bring the other foot forward. Hands down. Stretch that hamstring. Come on up. Press the first sole of the first foot against the stick. Stretch the hamstring, the calf muscles. And then the other. And then bring the stick in front and flip-flop. And then bring it below the waist and roll out in a big circle forward. And then reverse that circle, pulling it towards you. Then bring it laterally up over the head, sideways, in one direction, and then the other. Bring the stick behind the back, put it in the crook of the elbows, and twist at the waist. And then lean back if you can, otherwise keep twisting. Come on up. Tuck in your chin and peck like a pigeon. Up, peck, up, peck. And then bring the stick up to the neck, lay it across the shoulders. Twist the body, keep the head and shoulders facing forward. Bring the stick up over the head, down below the waist, back up over the head, and if you can, behind you. Otherwise, just go to the top of the head and back down. Bring the stick to the shoulders, flop the wrists. And then push out. We're going to bring the stick to the middle. Hold on with two hands, one hand or a finger or two. Come up on your toes, back on your heels. We're holding for a second in each position, and we're going to do it 15 times. Toes, heels, toes. Six. 10. 14. And 15. All right, do our balancing exercise. If you want, you can keep the stick on the ground in one hand. Put all the weight on one channel, one leg. Toe of the other leg is on the floor. If you can, pick it up. If you can pick up the stick, bring it up to your shoulders. Otherwise, just keep it on the floor for support. And if you can move your leg around, do that. Just as much as feels safe for you. And if you can move the stick too, do so. Otherwise, keep it where it is. Three, two, one. Come down. Same thing on the other side. Put the stick down if you need to. Otherwise, up at the shoulders. Start with the toes. Lift if you can. Three, two, and one. Down. Let's put the stick down. And we're going to be doing the McKenzie shoulder. Let me just put that up. All right. So we're going to start with pendulums. Now again, if you've got one shoulder that's particularly bad, I'd focus on that and just do 10. If your shoulders are about the same, then alternate and do 5 on one and 5 on the other. So you're going to hinge slightly at the waist, and you're going to rotate the shoulder in a big circle for 5. My left shoulder is actually feeling pretty good, so I'm going to go to the right and do 5 more there. But keep going. If you have one bad side, keep going on that side, just in the interest of time. Usually you do 10 on the bad side. You can do 10 on both sides just to improve mobility on both sides if that's the issue. So now we're going to do some extensions. So you're going to bring your shoulder back as high as you can and bring it back down. 2, 3, 4, 8. Now again, I should have switched. 9, and 10. But we'll come back and do these again if we have time. The third move is to bring the shoulder behind your back and move it over as far as you can. And I'll alternate on this. So that's 5 on each side. Now for this next one, you want a cloth, a towel, washcloth, a rag, whatever. And you're going to put it in the palm of your hand, and you're going to go to a wall, and you're going to get as close to the wall as you can and go straight up and down. I'm going to do 5 on each side. But again, if you have one shoulder that's particularly bad, do 10. And that's 5 on the one side, then do the other side. And finally, I think I'll do that again. This against the bookcase. You want to stay against the wall. Put the back of your hand against the wall. Your feet are maybe 6 inches away, and you're going to do an isometric push against the wall and release, and then push and release. Push. Release. You do either 5 on each or 10 on the one side that's bad. Just because I don't have a wall on that side, I'm going to do 10 on this side. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So these are progressive, and if you found that after the first, which is the, let's run through it again quickly. I'm going to just do one arm 5 times. So the first is a pendulum, and if you do have issues, you should be doing this every day, and you do it 10 times. And you should be doing it actually multiple times every day if you have particularly bad shoulders. So first is the pendulum. Second is the extension. I'm going to do 5 on one arm for each of these. I think that's 5. Then across the back. Then you're taking the cloth and you're going straight up the wall. And then you're pressing against the wall isometrically, holding for maybe 2-3 seconds, release. I know I've sent this to a couple of you, but if anybody else wants me to send the written instructions, I will. It helps immensely if you're doing it, if you've got pain in one shoulder. It really does help if you do it 2, 3, 4 times a day. All right, we're doing Stephen Coe's Night Energizing Breath. The final one. We're going to, this time, have our legs hip width apart. Hands are going to be coming up to the crest of the hip bone. Fingers facing forward, thumb back towards the kidney. Then we're going to inhale, exhale, and keep the breath out as we go left, right, left, right, left, right, and then inhale. So we do that 3 times. In between each, we take 2 regular breaths. Ready? And back. Inhale. I forgot to mention that as you're doing it, you're also tensing your muscles, your abdominals and your pelvic floor. Here we go. And let's rub those hands together to cultivate chi and form a chi ball. Letting it dance us wherever it wants to go. Up, down, backwards. And center. 2 breaths. And let us open our hearts. Exhaling on the way out. Inhaling on the way in. Coming forward towards our toes on the way out. Back on our heels as we come in. And on this one, hold the inhale, exhale, send it out. And center. 2 breaths. And bring down chi from above. Inhale in, exhale out. And go down and gather it up. And as Chungling Al Huang is wont to say. Okay, so today we've got yin yoga in the after class for anybody who's sticking around. Nina, take care. Jonathan, Susan, Maureen, Shimon, good. Richard, Ava, yo, good. We got a good group. All right, let me get the timer going here.
I may not be able to stay the whole time, but
Okay, good to see you. Original sound is on. We must let go of the life we have planned so as to accept the one that is waiting for us, said Joseph Campbell, is today's quote from the Insight Timer. And where the heck? They always are changing this around. Oh, man. Ah. Bear with me 1 second. I've changed this since Monday. Well, I don't see it. Don't see my saved. So I'm going to just wing it here. We're going to get down on the floor. And we're in cat position. Palms under the shoulders. Back is rounded. And we're going to hold for 30 seconds. And we're going to go into Cobra. Forward. Arching. Head up. And back into cat. And then come back and sit on heels. And then child's pose. Sit on heels. Dragon. Front foot forward. And dragon on the other side. And then come back down on all fours and thread the needle. Back up, thread the needle on the other side. Back up. I'm going to do swan, tucking the leg underneath. You can stay up or do a sleeping swan by coming down. Back up, swan on the other side. And then knees to chest. Corpse. Knees to chest. And corpse. And that's that. Oh, I think I had the wrong camera too, didn't I? Hey, what a day. Yeah, there's the right camera. Ah, that was messed up. Susan,
Yeah, have a great day.
you
Thank you.
too. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
I
Thanks, Tom.
was when I was trying to say goodbye.
Okay. Yeah, you're welcome, Jonathan. Sorry
Yeah.
about the mix-ups there. I'll
So
figure
that's great.
the timer went and
Good.
get the camera right the next time, Shimon, and you'll be able to see it better.
Oh, he disappeared. All right. Never mind.
Richard, have a good one. Maureen, take care. Hey, Chuck.